Welcome to Living Room Montessori. This video will show you how Montessori principles can help you select toys to support the development of your 0 to 4-month-old. I am an AMI primary trained guide with a master's in Montessori education and a first-time mom. This YouTube channel chronicles the journey as my son and I discover what it's like to do Montessori living and learning at home. Our senses provide a way for us to take in stimulus so that we can learn more about the world around us. Our senses need to be developed and refined through exposure and exploration. Developmentally appropriate activities can provide the stimulus that is necessary to sharpen the sense organs in order to create and strengthen neural connections in the brain. At birth, babies can only see 8 to 12 inches from their face, see in grayscale, and can't track moving objects. Around 2 to 4 months, they can start to see the differences between shades of red and green, and by 3 to 4 months they begin to follow moving objects with their eyes, can see shapes and patterns, are developing their depth perception, and can see several feet in front of them. There are several activities that can be made available to the baby to support this natural development of vision. These materials include mobiles, black and white cards, mirrors, and face-to-face time. The mobiles support the development of depth perception, eye coordination, their ability to track moving objects, time to practice directing and focusing their attention, as well as exposure to shades of colors, shapes, and patterns. The black and white cards also help the baby practice focusing their attention, practicing coordinating their eyes, and to recognize shapes and patterns. One of the baby's favorite things to look at is the human face, whether it be their own in the mirror or their caregivers. When you make eye contact with your baby, it develops trust. Your exaggerated and enthusiastic facial expressions are fascinating to your baby and captures their attention, and it's important for your child to observe how your mouth moves as you're forming words when you're talking to them. This helps support language development. To support your child in strengthening their torso and neck muscles, it's important for your child to spend time in the prone position or tummy time. It's recommended that you start tummy time soon after your child is born. You can begin in small increments and slowly increase the length of time spent on their stomach, and you want to do this several times a day. Spending time on their stomach helps strengthen the muscles that your child needs to hold their head up, roll over, sit up, crawl, stand, and eventually walk. During the first month, you'll find that with lots of tummy time, your child will be able to lift up their chin when lying on their stomach and turn their head when laying on their back. Around the second month, they'll be able to lift their chest up during tummy time, and when held in the sitting position will bob their head. By around 3 months, they'll be able to prop themselves up on their forearms during tummy time and even roll over on their sides. By around the 4th month, you'll find that your child can sit with support and begin to prop themselves up on their wrists during tummy time and might even roll over from their front to their back or back to front. Each child is different and achieves these skills in their own timing, but these are great milestones to keep in mind. Providing a variety of activities like looking into a mirror, studying black and white cards, and focusing on other objects keeps tummy time interesting and keeps them on their stomach longer. Not only can you do tummy time inside, but you also can do tummy time on the grass or on a mat outdoors. This is a refreshing change of scenery for caregiver and baby alike, and it provides a lot of new stimulus for the baby. And perhaps a great motivation if you're having a hard time keeping your little one on their stomach. Your child can even build their torso muscles while lying on their back. If you hang a kicking ball from a mobile stand, it's a great way for your child to strengthen their leg and core muscles as they try to kick the ball in front of them. When looking at the toy selection in your home, it's important to keep in mind how the hands develop, so that you can provide activities that are developmentally appropriate and encourage the practice of new skills. The general progression of how the hands develop begins at birth, where the fists are closed and kept near the face. By around 2 months, the baby begins to unfist their hands. Around 3 months, the baby begins batting at objects and doing a raking motion with their hands. And around 4 months, the baby is touching their fingers together and starting to reach for objects and grasp them. The toys that are available in your home can provide opportunities and motivation to develop these milestones. The mobiles, hanging bells, and rings provide motivation for reaching, batting, and eventually grasping. Rattles, crinkle paper, and light balls encourage your baby to practice grasping and holding on to things. You want to make sure that all these toys are safe for the baby to put in their mouth. The newborn voices their needs by crying, and soon develop particular cries and coos to alert the caregiver to different needs. The newborn is paying attention to the sounds around them and taking them all in. They even begin to imitate what they hear, and eventually the baby might direct different sounds towards people or objects. As the months progress, the baby enjoys playing with their vocal range or experimenting with isolated vowel and consonant sounds. Providing lots of language opportunities can support your baby's language development. Having face-to-face conversation is one of the best ways to expose your baby to language. This is the time to model the back-and-forth rhythm of conversation by pausing and waiting for a response. Your baby will soon be cooing back at you and joining in on the dialogue. Face-to-face time with your baby also gives your baby time to observe your mouth and facial expressions. And this is a very important part of language development. Figuring out what to say to your baby for hours on end can be exhausting, especially as a new parent. There are other language activities that can provide some of the vocabulary and syntax of the language too. Singing, reciting poetry, and reading books are great language activities that don't require creativity from the tired parent. Walking around the home or outside, naming objects and describing their qualities is another way to add language variety to your day. When buying toys or making some of your own, it's important to know the essential characteristics that make the toys developmentally appropriate. I'm going to first talk about the important characteristics of the mobiles and then move on to the toys that support grasping. The Montessori method likes to start with the black and white mobile since this matches their visual capabilities at this age. As they get older, there is a graded color mobile, primary color one, and a variety of others to stimulate your little one. These mobiles can be expensive and very time-consuming to make. I want to help you find ways to maximize the benefits of having high-quality mobiles while helping you minimize the costs. The benefits of mobiles are to support your baby's ability to visually track moving objects, provide visual stimulation to develop their attention span, motivation for limb movement and reaching, and time to practice some independence, of course with adult supervision close by. The characteristics that I'm looking for when picking out a mobile includes a mobile that is lightweight enough to allow for gentle movement so that the baby can visually track the objects, a mobile that doesn't have too many objects on it. Babies are very easily overwhelmed, so having around 3 to 5 objects on the mobile captures the baby's attention without quickly overstimulating them. You want mobiles that are interesting to look at, black and white, high contrast, geometric designs, graded colors, and even primary colors. Ability for the mobile to be hung 8 to 12 inches from the baby's face. This is an appropriate distance for the baby in the first couple months of life. Now on to the toys for grasping. The Montessori method offers a bell and a ribbon, a wooden ring attached to an elastic string, and a wooden bamboo rattle for some of their first grasping activities. The bell and a string is a great way for baby to practice hand-eye coordination when batting at these objects. The noise from the bell adds excitement to the activity as well as information about cause and effect. The ring is a great size for easy grasping. Because these items hang above the baby on ribbons, it allows your baby to practice these motions repeatedly and independently. Again, the adult is close by watching and observing all this, but it allows the baby to practice independence. Rattles are available for your baby to practice their grasping skill and their ability to hold something while it's moving. The bamboo rattle is the perfect size for your baby to fit in the palm of their hand. The bamboo rattle is perfect for this kind of practice because it's lightweight and the diameter is narrow enough to fit easily in the baby's palm. Eventually, you might want to use a slightly heavier rattle as the baby's strength increases. To summarize what characteristics I'm looking for when picking out toys for grasping, I'm looking for items that are lightweight so the baby can hold them independently, thin enough to fit in the baby's hand, and a representation of a variety of colors, temperatures, textures, and ability to make noise to keep the baby interested longer. I hope these tips make it easier for you to pick out toys for your 0 through 4 month old. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all the new videos that I post. I hope that this video has inspired you as you're selecting toys for your 0 to 4 month old and trying to support their development at home. Take care and see you next time. Bye.